That's almost like a lot of Pokemon.
That's a big number. That's a big number.
That's a very big number. My name is Optical Drop. I'm joined with Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week of Triton-Cup action. We're going in. We have our winners final set. We have Pathway up against Kara. Didn't wake up, and Kara's gonna wake up and be very confused when they see how far this team has come. We have a very exciting match here, and they just had a very cool winners semis matchup against Peru, the seeded 2 team. Kara is currently seed 6, so a bit of an upset for the winners final set, but definitely an interesting one. We're going to see how they're going to be going up against the seed 1 team, the Legends of Pathway.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really think Kara would have much to be confused about. When they do wake up, see that team name, look at their time, and go, "Oh yeah, I guess I didn't."
True. True to say the least.
Shout out to Kara for making this team name 4 words long. Really cool, by the way. Ironically, I'm probably just gonna refer to them as Kara. So it's
Kara's the entire team. This is a 1v4.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to be starting off this match with a nice old reliable Umami Zones.
You know, one of the classic 2-zone maps here. Personally, not one of my favorites. I don't like 2-zone maps, but definitely one of the big staples of Splatoon comp right now. I mean, it's one of the most well-rounded maps in the game. So we're going to see how both of these teams will use that to their advantage. And I mean, what these teams really want to fight for, they want to fight over that top mid spot. If they have top mid, then they can just control, they can paint both zones super easily. Both these teams are really going to have to head there and gain that much control and push the enemy team back if they want to even think about KOing them.
Yeah, I've never really disliked two zone maps, but I wouldn't say I would prefer them. And at the very least, this is one of the least egregious ones of them. This one feels like a really fun one to really try to juggle with, considering that space in the middle that separates the two is just it really makes you have to work around like like the tongue in your mouth, trying to get like that piece of food in the back of your tooth.
Yeah, so going in here, I don't know what he's talking about. Don't listen. Winners finals. Here we go.
Hey, here we go.
Up against Kara didn't wake up.
Against the mirror. I love the meta.
Starting off on Zone's Umami, we see some both pretty well-known comps. We see pens and splashes on both sides, but we do see that 96 coming out from the side of Kara. So definitely going to be using that to enter in on the map immediately. We see a 3v3 down on the map. Kara able to get that first pick onto the zone, but the blaster goes down there, and with that crab, they want to move in. We see the Stamper trying to just push any of them out of the way there. We do see that crab coming out there from half. Not able to get too much though. The pen able to trade out there. But it looks like Pathway is able to take over that zone. They have the cooler. They're looking to just push in. They want to get these picks as fast as they can. But we do see one of them go down there. And with that back coming out there, it looks like Kara is going to be able to paint over these zones.
Ooh, that was a nice use of Inkvat, taking out that zip caster that came in to try and help flip zones, which they were successfully able to do so. That pencil really trying to hold back that slosher, throwing down a sprinkler to act as bait. I guess it worked. Now they got the soda out for the rest of the team. Trying to call everyone else back into base. Probably a smart idea. Ooh, a nice hit off of the other sniper in zone.
But you see here 2 down on the side of Pathway, and Kara is really trying to push in there. We see that splash, forcing to fight against the other splash, but not going to be able to get much value here. Kara has control over their zone. They're looking to paint the other one. It looks like they might be able to get it here. We see all of that scrapping happening the top and left of the screen here, and Kara is able to flip that zone back into their suggestion, but we do see the Stamper from Pathway immediately playing as aggressive as possible. And Pathway is able to take back that zone. They do have a bit of a penalty to go through, but they want to push back the members of Kara. They want to push as far as they can, but still play safe enough where they're not losing members.
Yeah, already like holding on to the zone for as long as they have. Pathway has a very clear shot to victory if they could just hold out a little bit more with that penalty now down, counting down even more. But that zone closer to Kara gets taken, and that disrupts the entire plan. Wow. Nice super jump out of harm's way, only to go back. Ray, that is, you know what? It's either you die there or you die somewhere else. At least they got to last like an extra 3 seconds or something.
This crowd coming out there from Splash, able to provide an entry for their entire team to move in here, able to take over those zones there, forcing the fight against 2 of them, able to jump out just to safety as the pen is trying to paint their side of the zone. Their Pathway looking for a way in on this map here. There goes that crab again. The Stamper coming in there to disrupt it, but no, they do get taken down there. Kara still has control over that zone here. They're looking in. They're very close to taking that lead there, but Pathway is quick to respond. They have paint over both of those zones there, and they are able to cap it with just a 2-point lead here in the blaster. And now we see 2 down on the other side of Kara, and they're going to get forced to back up here. We see the Splash trying to just get whatever value that they can from this position, but it's going to be really risky there, and the Bucket's able to take them out, and Pathway has back control over that zone.
I'm on the edge of my seat with how close Kara was able to get that that number to the other. There's just 2 away, but it's going to be even farther with Pathway holding on to the zone for even longer. Now that penalty is down. Oh, you hate to see it. But don't count Kara out just yet, because they have the crab out. They're throwing out blasters, getting kills like no one's business. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so they put a stop and a flip to Pathway's momentum. Now, Yeah, lots happening. Okay, yeah, Kara is just, it's just turning the whole map blue now. The whole map blue.
Everything's happening so fast. Pathway looking for an entrance in, and that's going to be it. The 96 is down. They're not going to have back for a while. The members of Pathway are looking to file in. There goes that splashdown. Able to get 2 of them before being canceled, which is going to be huge. Leaving only the Bucket on that map there to fight off the pen, and the members of Kara are here to support them. Trying to gain control. The Bucket goes down there. They are able to flip that zone back. Their penalty is almost down, but the crowd from Pathway trying to prevent that. As we see the Stamper going down there, and this is going to be really close. There goes those strikes, forcing Kara all the way back here. Pathway desperately trying to paint over the zone.
Yeah, there is a lot of desperation coming out of Kira right now, and they keep holding on. They're so close to taking lead, and with only 15 seconds left now, there's only so much time that they can try to get lead, and it keeps going back, and they lost it to Kira. Now they have a huge penalty and have to wait even longer if they want to try and grab lead again, but they ran out of time just before they could gain that opportunity. First game is going to Pathway.
That was not what I was expecting. I did not think it would be that close. Kara almost so close, literally just 1 point away, and those zones are so closely painted. But Pathway able to respond just in the nick of time, and that's going to give them a huge advantage over the rest of the set here. But Kara, we're on the counter picks now, so they get to pick what they're going to be playing on next. Which, they gotta think of a map. What's gonna be bad for Pathway? Specifically, maybe a map that Pen isn't as good on. I mean, we've seen how well these Pens have been in the meta recently, so maybe something to disrupt that. Or something that favors the Crab a little bit more. I mean, Half's Crabs were super strong in that game. They were able to provide entry, and Pathway just had to back up to deal with it. So they need something that really supports what they're trying to do here, and something that could potentially disrupt Pathway's goal.
Yeah, with how much it was teetering on that 23 and that 24, I can only imagine what must be going through their head. They must feel like, okay, we lost that game, but we were so close. If we just get the right map, that's I can only imagine the moment though. They must have been like Charlie out of Smiling Friends, we were right there, man. But oh man, I love close games like that. That's how you know. That's how you know it's going to be so hype. So there's going to be a lot of anticipation to see what this next map is. I believe it's going to be Hagglefish. Interesting.
Hagglefish, one of the most well-rounded maps right now for Splatoon 3's competitive scene. I mean, Haggle Zones is kind of just the staple of what's been played the most throughout the tournaments, especially these past couple months into this meta. I mean, sports so many weapons, and especially we're in that meta where a lot of people are playing a little bit more aggressively, and with those weapons thriving, this could actually really help them. They have a blaster. Blaster flanks on this map can be deadly, so they might be trying to use that. Maybe that was one of the reasons for picking Haggle, choosing a map that has well open sides and enough areas to flank around.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Hagglefish, just in any mode, really. It's just such a solid map, in my opinion. Yes, it is a bit of a straight line, but it has two other straight lines next to it.
It is true.
Yeah.
So, going on here, I mean, I feel like Kara has so much potential here. I mean, Pathway is definitely the most dominant team we're going to be seeing this tournament. I mean, I believe up until recently, they haven't really dropped him any games. So, I mean, Pathway has definitely been killing it this entire tournament, and Kara was just 1 point away from taking a game off them. So going in here, it's going to be very intense, as Kara has a lot of potential to take over and win this next game.
Yeah, I noticed they didn't really seem to switch up comps at all. It's looking pretty similar to the last game. Something I was just thinking about. You think it's Kira or Kara?
It's Kara.
It's Kara?
I think it's Kara.
Okay. Because I'm I think of Kara, and I'm thinking of the Undertale, the Undertale character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess C or K can work either way.
We see here Kara immediately on that push, able to respond beautifully, using that crab to their advantage, and with the pickoff of one of the players on the side of Pathway from Tufa, Kara is able to take that zone. Not as big as a lead as Pathway had in the previous match. There goes that crab there, trying to get the pig, and they do get that back canceled out there. The blaster coming in there with a splash down, not able to get much value from it though. And they're 2 down, and Pathway is looking to take over. Looks like they do have control over the zone now, as the members of Kara are kind of split up here, but I did see someone looking for a flank there, and I do see Half on that side there, backing up to safety, trying to play with the rest of their team here, as the members of Pathway being super aggressive here, but 2 down the side of Kara, and Pathway has a pretty decent hold, and that's another pick, and Pathway has a very nice hold, as their penalty is ticking away. The point difference is increasing for them.
Yeah. Now with almost sub 40 on that counter. Yep, there we go. That's gonna put them in like a very is auspicious the right word? I forget what that word means. I'm just gonna use it because it's a big word, and I assume everyone's gonna think I'm smart for saying it. But it's a very good position that they are put in. It's really cool and advantageous. You know, I think that's the word I was looking for. You know, I'm gonna go with that instead. Now I know what I'm talking about.
Pathway up on defense now. They gotta be careful here. Able to get the pick off of Tufa though, giving them a little bit more space and a little bit more leniency. 96 also going down there, and Pathway is going to look to take over this zone quickly. Able to apply a 28 penalty onto Kara. One of their players is down though, and Kara is still looking for an opening. And now 2 down on the map for Pathway, and Kara is able to cap over and take this zone back super fast, and is able to disrupt their entire play there with the splash and Stamper both going down.
Yeah, wow. With a nice big hold on mid, it really leads Kara to have a huge stranglehold over this the momentum of this game right now. The Crab and the Strikes all coming out to try and flip zone, or at least push Kara back as much as they can. Did not really get a chance to do a lot, but a nice bit of back and a nice bit of something, or what I forget. I missed what that was, but they did a lot of stuff that did a lot of things that kept momentum in their favor, but Pathway still grabs that zone back regardless. Nice bit of shooting from the pencil, unfortunately going down to the blaster. Yeah, the blaster. I'll do it.
And we see Tufa's been playing these flanks a lot, and really it's been super great for their team there, applying the space that they need for Kara to move back in here. The Stamper is so weak, but no, they stay alive. Even with that splashdown coming in there, the zone hasn't even gone to anyone. Both teams frantically painting over it. And Pathway's penalty is super low, but Kara does not want that to happen. The Stamper goes down there, but Pathway able to try to keep up that zone there. Their penalty is over, but Pathway is quick to respond with the 96 back, and able to paint over that zone there. And with a minute left here, there goes that Stamper. And Kara, all they gotta really do is play defense here.
Yeah, like the plays made from that Stamper earlier were like mesmerizing. I am a sucker for any really good weapon that does its job at distracting the enemies from being able to push objective. And man, that Stamper was doing a really good job. Unfortunately, they got they got directed by a blaster. So, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Down here in these last 30 seconds, they're trying to peer over that zone with that Crab there. We see all the trades coming in there, but the 96 coming in there with that back, getting canceled by the Stamper, but Kara paints it over with 2 down on the side of Pathway. It's getting super closer. They're able to take the lead in the final 10 seconds, and Pathway desperately trying to paint over this zone. Kara able to respond. There goes that Crab though. And in these final seconds, Pathway is able to take over that zone. And with overtime starting, they have to get through this penalty.
The pure desperation from both these teams is palpable. Now with overtime, all we have to do is see whether or not Pathway can hold on to this zone, because if they can't, this game will go to Kira. Straight up. Crab coming out to try and ink as much as possible. Only a few seconds left of penalty. Penalty over. Only a few seconds left. It's down to the last second. Kira was able to successfully flip it and hold Pathway at the last possible second.
And with another 1-point game, Kara ties up the score 1-1, and it's up to Pathway's counter pick. Wow. Okay.
This match is coming out of an anime. I don't know what is going on right now.
We gotta keep this energy for Grands, guys, not winners finals. But whoever wins this will get put into Grands anyway. So both of these teams are really fighting for this top spot. And now it's up to Pathway's counter pick. How will they respond?
Yo, can we give the writers a raise? Oh my lord. This is incredible. So yeah, that's a 1-1, by the way. best of 5. This is gonna be a fun one. Yeah, with a counter pick already decided, we have Barnacle and Dime on standby. That is another interesting map to choose for.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the maps that most weapons really accelerate in, and even this might even favor Kara a little bit, because Tufa has been really powerful on those flanks, and you can utilize that a lot, especially on this map. So I'm interested to see Pathways resetting on behind this, but I mean, we're not even halfway through the set here, and both of these games have been literally down to the final point. So I mean, Kara's just really on it today. I mean, it's the Seed 6 team is giving a really good fight to the Seeded 1 team that has only lost 2 games this entire tournament. This is the 3rd game they have lost, and Kara is really giving them the works, and they have a good chance of taking control over Triton-Cup.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see, like, again, we saw, like, very similar comps, if not exact comps, between the 2 games. I'm very curious to see, like, I'm not familiar with the weapon pools of these players, but if they're going to stick with, you know, what they were working with before, they want to switch things up, considering, like, I feel like this is a very, I feel like this is a map that could very much benefit from, nope, okay, we're sticking with that. Yep, okay. I was going to say, it could benefit from a bit of some surprise chump weapons or something, but no, instead we're going to be boring with crabs and cooler and the other ones that are unique to each team. All right, starting off, Pathway is going to be grabbing zone first. There's a lot of squid rolling out of that splash player. Sid really going in and back and forth, grabbing some soda, popping the crab, throwing out some lobs to keep that zone painted. But, unfortunately, that vac is going to flip.
And right away, I mean, Pathway has taken a super aggressive approach to this game. They're able to immediately take pretty much control over everything, especially the splash. Able to paint so much, and the crabs have been really good for their team. Able to apply literally the pathways into the map here. And Kara up on defense now. They have specials ready though. They're looking to move in with that crab. Cooler coming up from Pathway. They're gonna want to play a little bit more for paint here. The crab gonna be coming out here from Pathway, but the splash shot coming in there. Able to cap the zone for Kara with a 44 points remaining for Pathway. Definitely a good beginning, to say the least here. All these weapons on the offense. Stamper able to get the pick. Or actually, no. Yeah, the Stamper was able to get the pick off the splash. And Pathway able to quickly move back here and capping the zone here. And 2 down on both of these teams. So Pathway, in the end, has control here.
Yeah, now with the penalty going really, really low for Pathway, they are securing themselves as to push that score even further for their lead. Crab coming out to try play a little defensively, but also, like, act as a deterrent. Seems to have worked to a degree, I guess, even though they didn't get the assist. But I don't know how that didn't hit them. But either way, Kira is once again all teamed up back in mid, and yeah, that's gonna be... What? Oh, okay, it was a little delayed. I'm surprised that triple didn't flip. I guess there was a bit more orange there than I anticipated.
Immediately we see the crab coming in there, but their pen is down, and Kara can't really move in with this crab at all here, and Pathway has control over mid there. They're looking to go into that base. That Stamper trying to get the pick that they can. The bucket here to support them as well, but there goes that back. Able to get the 2 off of Pathway, and now Kara has a chance to move back in on that map there with the backblast coming out there. It's gonna cap the zone, and it's just gonna come down here with the bucket. It was able to paint it over, and Pathway down into the 10s now.
Yeah, that was a really good attempt at the back Titan right there. Unfortunately, wasn't enough to actually cap it, just, you know, delay it a bit. But that does not stop Pathway from making it down to single-digit territory. You love golf? Apparently so do Splatoon players. But yeah, now having gone into the low 60s to high 50s, Kira themselves are now on a warpath, trying to, you know, not to sound redundant, but to stop Pathway from finding their pathway to victory. I thought I could incorporate that pun a little more cleanly, before we started. I don't know why it only came up now. I apologize.
We see Kara still having control over that zone there. A minute and a half remaining. The back coming out there. Half is going to be super aggressive with it. Just trying to find whatever they can. Limit pathway completely. And 2 down from the back shot. And that's going to be huge for Kara.
Wow!
Able to get 2 more. And have able to take control over pathway's area. They have a crab as well. This is going to be looking really strong. Their penalty is ticking down. And is completely gone. And all they have to do is hold this zone now.
Yeah, this is and nice grabbing out there. Oh no!
Oh!
Fortunately placed strikes, surgically precisioned to take that crab out specifically. Which honestly, fair game. That was a very scary thing to have to go up against if you want to flip that zone as fast as possible. Now with some soda and some sprinklers, that bucket is really having a time of their life until we start talking. I guess I don't know. I guess I could just be
That's
here.
called the commentator.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find a way to say that without saying it again, because, boy, aren't you sick of hearing that all the time.
But look at this. 2 down on the side of Kara, and Pathway able to KO with 15 seconds left on the clock, taking game 3, and the set is back in their favor. They only need to win 1 more to go on to grand finals, and Kara, they're gonna have to fight their way through another 2 games if they want to upset this strong of a team.
Yeah, that's that was like the thing with these games, they've been like very, very close, especially like near the ends. This one, like, I'm pretty sure like the first knockout this match, so like Pathway has like very, very clear like dominance over a lot of this, because like the thing with game 2 is like that, like, as close as it was, as hype as it was, that was a comeback. So Pathway really does like seem to be in a very seem to take the position of like kind of the ones with like the slight advantage over the other team. I don't know if that's like due to comp, map, like skill level. I'm not really one to like get into the nitty gritty of that, because this is like not my wheelhouse. But I will say it does lead to Kira being very fun to watch, because the fact that they can hold their own against it does really feel like it's a lot more even than one would like assume it to be. And with them on the counter pick, this gives them the opportunity to tie it up again and go into a game 5. We will be going next into Robo Ramen.
And this, I understand their pick for this. And my understanding is that they're going to back their way into this. This is a number one of 96's most like dominant maps, but also it works so well for VAC. So they're going to be I think they're going to fully be utilizing their 96 for entrance. On top of that, I mean, Half's crabs have been incredible too. They have great entrance tools, and it's worked really well at just tearing Pathway apart. And they definitely want to bring this, they really want to bring this next game in here, because if they can win this, at least they can force a game 5 out of Pathway, to say the least. But this map is definitely going to favor Kara.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see if they can put that advantage to the test. Only time will tell, like, once the match actually starts. But, we'll see how well that works out. I am, okay, yeah. Forget anything about me, who cares? Game starts.
Oh?
Yep, same comps again. Yeah, they're just sticking with old reliables at this point. Maybe I'm just spoiled, but, like, nothing beats, like, something as hype as, like, someone, like, randomly coming out with, like, a YouTuber or something just because, like, they're proficient with it and they wouldn't expect it or know how to counter. But no, they're picking the good stuff. Yeah. It works out. Either way, Pathway getting the first flip, unfortunately getting flipped over by Kira. Now, yep, taking lead for themselves. Kira going in on their Pathway's base. Oh, getting surrounded. The snipe. Oh wow, I can't keep
words.
What? Yeah, no words.
Words are hard nowadays. Here,
Who put me behind the mic? This is a good idea. Why am I here?
Pathway taking back the zone with that cooler. They're looking to make it over here, but the pen is going to be going down there, and this is going to be Kara's chance. They have the back. They're looking to move in there. Stamper going down here, but the back hasn't. They do actually flip that zone here, as we see Half fighting off that bucket. And there goes that crab. They're trying to throw the members of Pathway away. They're able to get one. They're can they get a pin off of the Stamper, but no, they jump down there. They're able to get another, and the Stamper does end up going down here. And Kara looking super strong here. 3 down the side of Pathway, and they are going to be taking lead here.
Wow. All right. A lot of painting out of Kira, trying to build up for specials. I respect it. Ooh, wow, I assume that was a trade. Pretty good one. All right, yeah. Pathway really trying desperately to come in, throwing out some strikes to make some way. I think that took out a crab. Is that a crab? I couldn't tell.
Might have been, but look at this. They popped the crab of their own there. 2 down on the side of both teams, actually. And Tuva able to get the pick off the bucket, and this is going to be huge there. It comes down to this. The splash shot comes out there, and Kara KOs. And that means we're going to be going to a game 5.
We're going to game 5. Wow. Like, I went on a whole spiel talking about how, like, oh, Pathway has a bit of an advantage, like, for the past games. Someone lit a fire under Kira. Someone lit a fire into them, being like, nah, we are better and we're gonna prove it. That was like, I'm not gonna say like there wasn't some back and forth, but that was like nearly purely dominant by them. That was like, compared to the other games, like, that's impressive. Wow.
I think that was
I'm
their
very
best
excited
game,
to see how this will all like come to a head in this very, very intense game 5. Something else I've been wanting to bring up is like, I am surprised to like see like both teams running a crab. Like, ooh, Mahi by the way. But like, not to say the crab is a bad special, but like it definitely is not as dominant as it used to be. Like, yo, like bringing me back to like, I don't know, like the early games of Splatoon 3, like the early metas. But yeah, I guess crab is like having some small resurgence, or maybe it's just Splash in general. Who knows?
I mean, as someone who mains V-Dualies, and as someone who's been using crab for a very long time, I can see how it's returning. But I mean, of course, crab isn't as strong as it was back in 2022. I mean,
oh yeah, no.
If anyone remembers that time, I mean, you showed up to Ludi finals, and because that was when Ludi was really big.
I think I just remembered, like, the lob has AoE. That's probably all it is. We're just in an AoE meta right now.
We're in a very AoE and very aggressive meta. And I mean, for crab, back late 2022, early 2023, you were seeing teams run double crab.
Yeah, I remember.
Strong. And then it got tuned down like crazy. Over the past couple years, it's been tuned down like crazy. But even with all those nerfs, it still manages to stay a really strong weapon. I mean, a really strong special in general here. And we're going into our game 5. We have Mahi, a very interesting game 5 to say the least. I mean, I always feel very uncomfortable playing on this map. So I'm interested to see how these two teams are going to respond. And immediately Pathway is able to get control over the zone.
Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is not a real map until that water rises or sinks. I know the land, it sinks. Yeah. All right. A nice attempt at a flip from Kira right there. Yeah, no, it's just, wow, no one's flipping this? No one's flipping it. Okay, there we go. My judgment has been abstained. There you go. All right.
There we go. Pathway having the first pick onto that zone here, as Kara's a little bit locked out here. They're looking for an entrance tool. They have that back there. They're going to be popping it right as that water goes down there, and they're all playing through this little area. And we have the splashdown coming in here. We have the crab coming in there, and Kara is able to cap that zone, but quickly Pathway is able to respond. Very nicely done. We see Monor able to get 2 with that bucket, and Pathway still in control here as Kara is back on the defense, but Pathway does have to fight through that penalty, and Titan did not die to water.
Yeah, well, I was. Oh man, I love netcode, baby. Well, the back goes down. There was a lot going on in front of them, so it makes sense. Zip trying to come out. Yep, got an assist off that. Wow, yeah, it is. The Pathway has once again proven why I was giving them like the street cred that they clearly deserved from the beginning. They are just absolutely dominating with this map. I would hope so, considering it's their counter pick too. But this leaves Kira with a very, very desperate attempt of trying to flip the zone. 15 seconds left on that. We got the triple splash. That's going to flip it, putting on a very nice and hefty penalty onto Pathway right there. Even if they don't get to hold it on for too long. Let me go into submarine.
We see 3 down on the side of Kara though, and Pathway able to respond very well. Kara, they have that cooler up, but they need to wait for other specials if they want to push in here. And Pathway just having complete dominance over this game here, slowly taking that penalty away, but the December goes down there, and that's going to be Kara's decision. They got to think, it's time to go. We have the crab, let's go. The bucket just barely hanging onto their life, but Kara able to flip that zone, but the strikes are going to flip it right back into Pathway's possession here.
Wow, yeah, there was a lot of firepower being thrown in an attempt to hold on to that zone. Unfortunately for Kira, it just was not enough. Pathway has secured themselves as locked down within mid, pushing Kira back into their own base, fighting for a chance to find any sort of opening. That bucket really trying to keep them out of, like, getting anywhere near close. Does not seem to have been successful, but they were successful in getting rid of them. There's some nice ore being procced right there, and that right there is going to secure a victory for Pathway for this game, and set.
And with the KO in these final moments, Pathway able to come back and take the winner's final set 3-2 over Kara. But wow, what a set. That was amazing.
Yeah, like I said, the fact that, like, they were, like... okay, I do not want to say that the best of 5 was not warranted, saying, like, oh, Pathway was the clearly better one. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that through the actions of the gameplay, Pathway was proving themselves to be, like, a smidge above. And the fact that Kira themselves were able to take it to a Game 5 shows that despite that discrepancy, they could hold their own and are basically just as good. They just are more willing to buy their time. That being said, Pathway themselves were able to properly adapt and throw out their secret weapon, Mahi.
Exactly.
Sometimes that's just all you need. But yeah, congratulations to them for winning upper finals. That means that they will be moving on to Grand, I believe. Yes.
So Pathway is going to be sitting in Grand as Carrot is currently sitting in Losers Finals, but we are going to be taking a short intermission as we're waiting for one of our matches in Losers Bracket to finish, and we'll be back for Losers Semifinals very shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Triton-Cup 150. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Optical Drop, and we are here for our losers semifinal set. We have Peru up against Open Warrior, our seed 2 and 3 teams.
Yeah, look at that. The two of the highest seeded in the lower bracket. Sometimes just goes that way. But winner upper bracket can only hold one team anyway, so you know how it is. Starting off, we're gonna go into Humpback. We're not exactly in counterpick territory yet. This is only the semis after all. But yeah, these are nice team names that I can actually pronounce without having to abbreviate. Very, very nice. Thank you, thank you everyone for playing, choosing that. Any familiar faces on here for you, or is it just me out of the loop?
I believe so. I mean, Open Warrior, we have, I believe, Fatal, Zima. I do not know one of the players on the roster, or I don't know two of the players on Open Warrior. But on the side of Peru, we have a Bonk, Mirage, Tini, and Ali. Very well-known comp players who were the ones that actually lost to the Kara team earlier in a Game 5. So they definitely want their revenge, so they want to win this set. Starting off on Zones, Humpback Peru versus Open Warrior. Let's see what these two teams have got.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I recognize the name Bonk, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, that checks. Yeah, so far it's... I was going to say no one was able to grab it, but it looks like Peru was able to make me look bad on the mic. That just as it says right there on the screen in the bottom left corner. You see that? That's us. That's us right there.
That is true.
Yeah.
That Booyah applying a lot of pressure, trying to disorient the members of Peru here. Open Warrior looking for an opening here. Able to get the pick off of Bonk with that heavy splatling. They're trying their best to paint over the map here. We see the blast there, able to get the pick off of that splashdown. And this is going to be huge here. we see 2 go down on the side of Peru. As the members of Open Warrior are quick to react, Bonk is able to get a pick though, and still just stay where they are. They don't even have to jump out here.
Oh, wow! The actual maneuvering around that Booyah was incredible! And getting a kill off of it in the process! Unfortunately, going down to the blaster, that was a nice momentum shift for Peru, but unfortunately not enough for them to hold on to the zone. It will be going towards Open Warrior now. Now, the Heavy really trying hard, both with like their main and their special, to try and push back Open Warrior as much as possible, giving Bonk a little bit of a chance to sneak around on their side of the turf. And, you know, they looks like they got caught, but, it was the attempt was made, and I respect that. I respect the decision to go in that direction.
Immediately moving on here. We see that bubble coming out there. Peru able to gain control over the zone. Mirage there. Trying to just paint whatever that they can here. Open Warrior sitting with that Booyah Bomb. Ready to throw it down on the left side of the map here. Bonk is kind of stuck in the corner here. Facing off against the Forge Pro. And the Forge Pro able to pick them off just in time here. But Open Warrior really has to paint up here. But we do see their Forge Pro taking a very aggressive position in Peru's base.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, nice bit of Wavebreaker to block those shots.
The pen is in their base.
Wait, it was the pen?
The pen was in Peru's base for a second. I saw that.
What was the pen trying to play? What?
Wait, are they... I'm so confused. They're moving around so much. We don't even know what side they're on. I'm pretty sure the pen is in or is in Open Warrior's base, I believe that is. Another splashdown coming in there. Able to get the pick off using that wave breaker to their advantage here, but it does look like the zone's going to be flipping for Peru, but they really have to move here. They have a bit to go through if they want to take this lead here. The Heavy doing whatever they can to try to ease in the situation for their team members. There goes that Booyah Bomb, but the Heavy, the blaster going down there. Bonk able to get the pick off of the Heavy. Not enough to cap the zone though. And Peru is looking for this lead. They just have a couple ticks remaining, and Bonk able to just shark out the members of Open Warrior so well. Yeah, it's looking really tight for Peru right now, considering like they are holding onto that zone really, really well. Look at that, just unfazed, almost. Yeah, unfazed. There you go. So close to victory, yet Open Warrior is not going to be having it. They themselves are so close to flipping, but that bubble right there, putting up a nice bit of protection, but the triple is going to successfully flip things in their direction, their favor. I couldn't pick a word, so I chose both. Open Warrior able to paint over. With a minute left here, the Heavy getting taken out there by the blaster. Peru's blaster going completely behind them. Not able to get the pick in the Force Pro. Able to stop their reign of terror in time, but Peru, they still have that zone there. Open Warrior trying to use that Booyah Bomb as a means to look in, but they aren't able to react really with it. As they're just trying to get their footing here, but Peru super strong on this defense. And as I say that, we see the picks going in there. We see Bonk getting taken out there. The Forge Pro able to get the pick off the Heavy, just that pen remaining. Down just to get jumped out there. And we see the blaster there getting forced out with that Booyah. The Booyah is able to take him out here. And Peru has one final chance to make it happen. Final 20 seconds. That penalty is really ticking down.
This Forge is popping off. Can we just say, like, the amount of maneuvering, kills, like, just holding down turf. Look at that! So much aura emanating off that one player. Nice, nice, nice. With a steadily counting down timer for Open Warrior, and with a double kill, and with a triple to hold it. That's a quad, I think. Was that quad or a triple?
No, that was a triple.
That was a triple. I'm getting too sucked into this. I'm getting too sucked into it. That was an incredible comeback lockout and subsequent domination from Open Warrior right there.
I want to point out, Obstacle, I just want to point out, I believe this is the 4th game we've had where it's a 1 point. I'm pretty sure that's either the 3rd or 4th game that we've had that went down to a singular point. This Triton-Cup has had such amazing matches against all of these amazing players, but also able to make it so close. It's just something that I was not expecting this Triton-Cup. I mean, it's been about a month since I've commentated. This is my first tournament I've commentated in about a month. And for it to be this close, I mean, wow. Going in here for game 2, Open Warrior taking game 1 here, and Peru needs to win these next 2 games or else they're out for the count, and Open Warrior will be in the losers finals. We're going to be going on to Hammerhead.
Yeah, Hammerhead is not what I was expecting to see, by the way. This is like one of these maps is not like the other. It's just like, where'd this come from? Is this just on the list? I mean, I guess.
This was not a counter pick. This was pre-chosen.
I know it's not a counter pick. That's what's making me even more confused.
So, whenever the players do sign up for the tournament, they get to choose, I believe it's either 5 or 6 stages that they would prefer to play on. So, when it comes down to a best of 3 set, one of the maps is chosen by one of the 2 of the maps are chosen by each team, and then the third map is a map. The third map is something that both of the teams chose. So one of the games, so say you're playing, 2 of the maps are in your favor, one of the maps isn't in your favor, basically.
Right.
So one of the games, both teams like the map, and then the other one is one team over the other. So for this, I believe it was Open Warrior that selected Hammerhead to be the map, and I'm pretty sure Peru actually chose Humpback. And I mean, that was a great performance. Open Warrior able to beat them on their own pick here, and now they get to choose on. They get to play on another one of their maps here for Hammerhead, and they just need one game to close out this set. So let's see if they can do exactly that.
Oh, we have a bit of a switch up now. We have the mini popping out. Ooh, okay. All right. We got a splatling on splatling action going on. I think, yeah, no, it's, yeah. All right, first of all, Open Warrior getting, like, first few bit of points, but unfortunately getting pushed back, but not without taking some names. Unfortunately, not enough to keep Peru from flipping it themselves. Nice bit of soda coming out to try and, like, push that in for themselves. Oh, they're really hiding in mid right now. That is just them hiding in ink. That is how you play the game. Wow.
Peru has control, but the Blue Bomb's gonna come in there, capping the zone. 2 down on the side of Peru. Open Warrior is able to cap the zone here. We're just a minute into this game here, and we do see the mini unable to jump out in time, and Open Warrior is back in possession.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, unfortunately going down to that blaster. The Forge, no, that's not the Forge. Wait, what's the black? Wait, who is? Oh my god. Spectator mode. Why do you have to flip? I get that it's, you know, because it will not make sense with the POV, but I'm sorry. It's really hard to keep track of whose team when you're just, like, on frame 1 swapping. God forbid you, like, have an animation to do it or something. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We see the members of Peru completely locking out Open Warrior. Their blaster going down there. They lose a lot of aggression that way. We see that Booyah Bomb just trying to buy some time here. Blaster being taken off from the side of Peru here, and Open Warrior is looking to open up a path into Peru's territory here. The blaster able to fight off that Forge Pro. They're not able to get a lot of value. There comes that 90. There comes the back from the roller there, and the trade's coming in there too. Down on the side of Peru, and Open Warrior is able to cap the zone just in time, but they're down into the single digits, and Peru has to lock out for a bit if they want to take control and if they want to take this lead, and they want to do exactly that here.
Yeah, would you look at that? Nice single digits once again. It's always the lucky number 9 for some reason, but you know, it be how it do. Now Open Warrior has a lot of time they need to defend themselves for, but dying in the zone, not a place you want to be. Ugh. Blaster coming in to try and distract a bit, only to jump out when things are getting a little hairy, but that's what those beacons are for. Now with them holding on to zone themselves, they're counting down on that penalty, trying to get it rid as much as possible, but they got a long ways to go, especially when Open Warrior is flipping it back onto their side. Nice avoiding those Zookas. The pencil is really trying desperately to pink as much as possible. Maybe get rid of that big swing, which, by the way, I'm sorry, that's just hitting me. What's a big swing doing here? This whole time I'm like, oh yeah, the mini. Like, I got distracted by the mini. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just a roller. That's just a regular roller. That's a big swing. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for that.
Bonk. Oh no, this is just blaster food here. Able to get 2, and they can't get another. But the blaster able to get 2 on the side of Open Warrior, and they're looking for that knockout here. And I mean, the big swing has been working. Bonk is a really good roller player, and is able to use it extremely well here. But it's getting a little bit closer. There goes that 96. They're creating space for their teammates to go in here. But the blaster able to go back up there, trying to find a pick, but no. 2 down on the side of Peru. And Open Warrior is able to take lead, and they just have to get this paint up. And they do exactly that. And they're going to be winning game 2. And that's going to be a 2-0 for Open Warrior. And they're going to be heading off into the losers finals.
That is... words elude me for how amazing of a comeback that is. That was like they had to go up against a score of 9 in like mid to late 40s. Absolute incredible gameplay out of Open Warrior, and with that they will be taking the 2 out of 3 games for this set and moving on in the tournament. Unfortunately, Peru will be, sacrificed to the ancient lords for their noble attempts. Sorry to say, it was nice knowing you. But that being said, good games all around. Wonderful performances from everyone involved.
And with that being said, that's going to be closing off our losers semis set, and we're going to be taking a short break as we're going to let the teams get into our rooms. So next up, we have Kara up against Open Warriors.
Boy. Hello, and welcome back to Triton-Cup number 150. I'm Optical Drop, joined with Matt once again, and we are now in lower bracket finals.
And now we've had some very intense sets here, and we're gonna be moving back into our best of 5 counter pick format. We have Kara Didn't Wake Up against Open Warrior, and previously, for a quick recap, we saw Kara go 2-3 against Pathway in the winners finals, not getting knocked down into losers finals, and Open Warrior has fought their way through the losers bracket, winning just our previous set here 2-0 to the seeded 2 team Peru. We've seen a lot of upsets this entire tournament, and even last match was a little bit of an upset with seed 3 winning against seed 2. So now a very interesting match. We have seed 6 up against seed 3 in our losers bracket finals, and I'm very interested to see which team will be more dominant out of both of them.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Like, considering, like, you know, Kira Didn't Wake Up were knocked down by who is in Grands right now, I'm kind of rooting for them to get some revenge, because that would be really funny. Like, again, someone give these writers a raise, please, if that happens. But either way, which one is which seed? So, like, is Kira seed 3 or 6?
So we have Kara Didn't Wake Up, who is seed 6, and Open Warrior is seed 3. So something you don't really see every day here. And I mean, we've had a lot of upsets throughout this entire tournament. I mean, if I just take a quick look, and I mean, if Sendu actually loads for me, then I can tell you what exactly has happened. Yes. So Kara actually fought seed 3 previously. So Kara Didn't Wake Up actually went against Open Warrior previously in winners round 3, where Kara ended up winning 3-2, which bought their way to having an insane upset against Peru, going 3-2 as well. So Kara has had some very close sets, but has been able to come out as the victor multiple times now. So now Open Warrior, they definitely want some revenge, but Kara Didn't Wake Up, they want to fight Pathway again. They want that second place spot here. And to do that, we got to make it through these next couple games, starting off with Barnacle.
Yeah, Barnacle should be a very fun, nice, neutral map for everyone involved. And, you know, considering,
we're already started.
We're starting. Okay, we'll go. Commentators galore. This is the start of the game, and already it looks like Open Warrior was able to get the first flip for themselves, but have lost it to Kira.
Immediately,
there's the commentary. My commentary's done. Thank you. No, yeah, that was
So much has happened, and we're just 30 seconds into the game here. Open Warrior able to flip back that zone here. We see that splash, trying to paint over as much as possible. Tufa able to get the pick off of both of those, off of the blaster there, as Kara Didn't Wake Up desperately trying to paint over that zone, trying to just gain as much control as possible here. Able to get another pick here with the Booyah Bomb coming in from the side of Open Warrior, though. They're able to take that zone. 3 down on the side of Kara Didn't Wake Up, and Open Warrior takes control of the area.
Yeah, that was a huge take on the zone right there. Now it's going to put them in a position where they're probably just going to take lead now. Yep, there you go. Yeah, they were really too far back into their base to be able to stop that from happening, but the most they could do is try to, you know, build up some sort of a comeback, which, you know, shouldn't be too hard. You know, they are good players after all.
You are good players, right?
I mean, I would hope so.
I would hear this part of the tournament. I would hope so. Yeah.
The 96 popping back here, but Open Warrior still has control over the area, but they're 2 down, which is gonna give Kara Didn't Wake Up a little bit more time to move in here. Able to get the pick off of the heavy, and with that splashdown, that's going to cap the zone here. 2 down the side of Open Warrior, and Kara is able to take control here with the blaster coming in there. Not able to get the pick off of the splash, and Kara Didn't Wake Up has control over the area for the time being.
Yeah, that was a nice series of plays. There is nothing more satisfying than a blaster direct. Just love to see it go pop. Yeah, a lot of suctions being thrown out, trying to like do something, I guess. You know, it's better than nothing when you're waiting for your team to show up. And what'd you know? They showed up. Now they pause the zone on counting down. That Booyah is going to try and flip it on that side, but they weren't able to do enough on their side. And now it's going so much back and forth. Oh man, if I look too much, I might start getting cross-eyed.
And you see here, Carrot didn't wake up. Back in control over the zone here. They're trying to move in here, but the heavy going down there, they're going to lose a lot of pain over that. But no, the Blaster is able to get 2 of them. And Open Warrior has a little bit more space to move around with their pen going down there. Leaving just Titan to defend there. With that back, they're trying to stop the members of Open Warrior from painting that zone here, but it's going to be risky. And Open Warrior takes control down to a 3v3 now. We got 2 minutes left. And so far, this zone has been super back and forth.
Yeah, this is this has been like the fight for mid ever. Oh my god. Oh, nice triple coming out. Tried to deter some advancement. There's a bit of a trade over there, and the Blaster's down. Yeah. Wow, who would have thought the pencil's playing really good. Wow, cool, awesome. Oh! So close, so close. Almost got him. Almost got him that time. Yeah, maybe next time.
And now we see here that penalty, the points are slowly ticking away. And Open Warriors making their move. They're able to cap the zone and use that Booyah Bomb to separate the members of Kara. And with their pen down, this is going to be a little bit more risky for them. Leaving just half there, trying to find the pick off of the Blaster. They're able to get it. The pen knows where they are. They have that crab ready. They're waiting for their teammates with that Blaster down the back coming out there. They're looking to make their efforts. That pen trying to stop them. And with the zone, they're 2 down though. And the crab isn't able to pin over that zone there. And the Blaster's able to get another pick there. And with Titan going down, Open Warrior remains dominant on top. Slowly ticking away here into the single digits.
Time is running out. Kira, it needs a miracle if they want to make a comeback. Oh, and that miracle might come, but the Booyah is going to say, nah, no miracle. You're homeless.
What?
I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from.
So with that being said, Open Warrior taking game 1 of the losers finals set here, and it's going to be Kara's counter pick now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice fist bump. Nice fist bump. Yeah, that is going to be a very clear, nice game 1 to Open Warrior right there. All right. Wow, they already picked the counter. We have Mako Mart now. Okay. All right.
Now going in here, Kara going with Mako Mart, and I talked about this previously. The amount of aggression we've seen from Tufa is absolutely incredible, and now that we're on to Mako, this is definitely going to be a chance for them to take it back. I think this match is more into Kara's favor here. Mako's one of those maps that you can flank very well on, especially with Blaster. So it's interesting. It's going to be really nice to see how Kara is going to be using this map to their advantage, and how will Open Warrior respond to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got absolutely distracted the moment you said Tufa, because no offense to you, I'm sure you, your name is amazing. It sounds nice, but whenever I hear that, it's your name sounds like the setup for one of those wordplay jokes. You know, you get someone to say that, and then you what's up, dog? I don't know. I hear that, I just think of Bofa. That's really what it is. It's just Bofa.
I'm just gonna let you talk.
Thank you. I'm really good at doing that. Well, okay, really good in quotation marks. I can talk. Whether or not what I have to say is warranted or good is up for debate.
Going in here, we're starting off game 2. We're going to Mako Mart. We're going shopping, and this is going to be a lot better for Kara. This is a map that they can definitely excel on, and we're going to see how well Open Warrior can respond to it. Immediately, we see Kara able to pin this out, but no, Open Warrior quickly able to flip it back here, and they're just trying to look for whatever picks that they can here. We see the crab coming in here from half, trying to literally at least just disorient the members of Open Warrior and buy their team some time to move in here. Titan up there with the vac, a very good vac there, able to stop a lot of the players that Open Warrior has been trying to do here. But Open Warrior quick to flip back that zone there, and it's going to be 3 down on the side of Kara. And Open Warrior, they have control. We see some trades coming in here, and we see the members of Kara looking to make an effort to move in here. We see Titan on that side here, trying to creep up behind, but the Heavy noticing them just in time. They're barely staying alive there, but multiple trades happening on the map, but Open Warrior still remaining strong.
I don't know how Titan survived that. That was, you know, I'm gonna say that was just pure skill. That was absolute pure skill on display right there. That was really fun to watch. Nice bit of soda coming out, taking back that zone for yourself. Got a lot of catching up to do with holding on to that, but you know, nothing little extreme painting maneuvers can't fix. I was gonna say, bro, you were like way too close to that that section for my liking. Oh, nice avoiding of the booyah as well. Oh look, it's Tufa.
Hi, Tufa.
Hi, Tufa.
Literally, as I said, playing by those sides like their life depends on it. Kara able to take the lead here, but Open Warrior responding fast, able to pin over that. And look at that optical. It's 1.3 down on the side of Kara, and Open Warrior with the pick off of the pen there, gaining complete control over the map.
Yeah, it's again one of those games, one of those close games we've been having like all day, waiting for that back to stop before throwing out the booyah. Oh, they ran out of time! No! Well, I mean, at least they kept the vac occupied. I guess that's something. But yeah, no, that's how it goes sometimes. Nice bit of flip from Kira right there. Oh, they don't get oh, nice splashdown from there. Good trade from that. I would assume that was a good trade, but it was a trade regardless.
And now we see the members of Kara looking for this lockout. Their penalty is taking away. They're the Heavy not getting as much value as they thought they could. And it's going to come down to these final moments. There, another pick onto the board here. There goes that Booyah Bomb. And it comes down to this. They're down in the 20s. Kara is looking strong on that offense. They're able to get the pick off of the blaster, and the Crab is able to push the members of Open Warrior back. And they do have paint over that zone here. They're looking to KO, but Open Warrior will not let that happen easily. They need to paint, and they're slowly running out of time. They're down into the single digits.
Yeah, nice wave breaker right there. Try to give yourself a shield. Unfortunately, check behind you. Unfortunately for that, but that does mean that Kira will be taking this game, setting it to a nice 1-1. This is giving me flashbacks.
It is. It's giving me flashbacks to a certain set that we might have commentated a bit ago. Kara coming back, taking game 2, and now it's gonna be to Open Warriors counter pick. Question is, what will they decide? Mako Mart favored Kara extremely well, so Open Warrior needs something that also can favor them extremely well.
Yeah, and yeah, no, they're thinking about this counter pick. Like it's not as immediate as the last one, or if they did, it's not updated on the site yet. Either way, yeah, no, this is yeah, this has been fascinating. Like to me, like these teams like seem really evenly matched. Like especially like you saw there was like that 1 point difference. There was that 1 point difference. Like Kara did not let like anything overtake them once they hit that 35, like at all, no matter how close they got, which is like really impressive. Okay, we got Hammerhead. Okay, well, okay, I guess Hammerhead is just like a thing we should accept now, I guess. All right, cool, awesome.
And now this is going to be interesting to see. We saw Open Warrior do this before. This is something that favors them, and it's something we saw in our previous loser semis set as well. So we're going to see how well this is going to favor them. We've seen them perform well on Hammerhead, but the question is, can they do it against Kara? another team that has completely dominated this Triton-Cup. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how they're going to be doing on here. And really, Kara's going to have to fight hard if they want to win this next game, because really, this is going to favor Open Warrior a lot more than it favors Kara. Whoa, oh, wait, I thought that was Squiffer. Oh, my lord. That was Squiffer.
Don't give me hope like that, bro. Come on. Nah, well, either way, yep, this is certainly a starts at Hammerhead. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's Hammerhead. But, yeah, alright. Nice bit of first flipping from Kai. Grabbing some soda, got a bag up. Wow, all the sources are coming out. Like, I know it's early game, but whoa. Right.
Both of these teams moving extremely fast. We've seen this happen before here. Kara with the immediate take onto that zone there. Able to get the pick off of Titan, but Tufa able to respond beautifully to that trade 2 down the side of Open Warrior. And Kara is looking for this lockout. Tufa looking to get whatever, even just a little bit of damage onto the side of Open Warrior would be great right now. Anything, they will use that fully to their advantage. They're waiting. There comes that splash down. Unable to get a pick though, but Kara is able to respond. They're pinging over that Booyah Bomb perfectly. Titan with the back, trying to limit how much Open Warrior can move around there, but they are able to cap that zone, but it quickly is gonna be flipping. But no, they're trying to cap that zone with whatever they got here, but Kara will not let it happen easily. There's a lot of fights happening here, and finally we do see Open Warrior able to paint over that zone there, and Tufa stuck in that corner, forcing themselves to jump away. And Open Warrior now has control over that area, and they're looking to make a move to really lock out Kara completely.
Yeah, that is a really, really sick set of circumstances for a very nice comeback. Still counting down, still got a bit of a ways to go. Almost making it once again. I swear, if this stops at like 34, I'm going to lose it. Alright, it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad. Yeah, that's still going to be.
It will not be that. Open Warriors taking lead there. Down into the 20s. It's getting a little bit risky. Kara has to make a push fast, but the pen goes down there, but they're 2 down. There goes a splash down. Able to paint over the Force Pro. They're looking to make their move. Open Warriors trying to paint, but it's not going to be enough there. Able to force that zone here, and Kara comes back, taking control over the zone here. We're just halfway through the game, and look how low these scores are.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, like, I was just about to say, like, oh, like, I guess these riders didn't want to be, like, too predictable. But then they get down to, like, 8. Okay, like, it's not 9, it's 8. Riders, that's the same situation. Just because it's a different number does not make it any different. I don't care. It's still hype.
We see 3v3 on the map here, but Kara looking stronger. There goes that back, able to shut down that blaster completely, able to suck in the heavy shots. There goes that Booyah Bomb. They're waiting for the back to come out there. They're trying to paint. It's going to come down to this, but the Splashdown's able to cap the zone here. And with a 3-point lead, Open Warrior still remains on top. 2 minutes left in the game, 2 down the side of Kara, and Open Warrior has control over mid.
Okay, maybe now I am grateful that it is an 8 instead of a 9. Anyway, yeah, that is a really, really sick comeback from Open Warriors to flip that zone. They got control of mid themselves now. Shoes on the other foot. Unfortunately, it does look like Kira is going to be trying to disrupt things as they are, but they don't have full control over the zone yet. Okay, you know, I'll be in my trailer. I don't have a trailer. I'm going to be right here.
So many picks happening on the map there. The blast on the side of Open Warrior, able to stop that crab. So many fights happening. And Open Warrior just barely staying on top here with this 3-point lead here. They want to get their penalty down as much as possible, but Kara needs this time to move in here. There goes that back. They're going to use that to their advantage. Cooler coming up from Open Warrior. They're ready for the push there. The pen able to get one of the picks onto the board. But wait a second. There's 3 down the side of Open Warrior. That was extremely fast there. And Kara is already in their base.
I have a hard time trying to process what I just witnessed. That was a lot of information happening all at once. But from what I can tell from right now, Kira, once again, just has the zone again, and they're counting down. If they can keep it up, they might take lead, and that's how math works.
This penalty is really ticking down
trying
here.
to hold down the zone as much as possible. Nice bit of backing to try and keep it on as long as possible. They just got a few more seconds before they can take lead. And would you look at that? Oh my God!
Oh no! Wait! It's another 1 point! Open Warriors! Wait, you're joking on his second! Oh Lord, and in the final moments, it almost was a 1 point for Open Warrior, but Kara able to respond to Open Warrior's counterpick beautifully, taking game 3. And now, all of a sudden, this sets in Kara's favor.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. That was probably the most explosive, like, last few seconds of a game I maybe have ever seen.
That's just okay.
Yeah,
so
already the Wahoo.
Wahoo! Whoa! That was a very quick counter pick. That was extremely fast. Like the second they lost that game, they decided to go to Wahoo.
Yeah, they're like, the secret weapon, pull it out. We need it.
Okay. And with that being said, Open Warriors counter pick. They're going to Wahoo. They have to be extremely careful here. They are one game from being knocked out here, and Kara able to respond so well to Hammerhead winning game 3, winning game 2, and it's 2-1 in their favor. They just need to win one more game, and they're back into grand finals. But Open Warrior will not let that happen easy. They were very quick to choose Wahoo, so they must be very sure that Wahoo will be what they need to take this next game and force the game 5.
Open Warriors have the chance to do one of the funniest things they could do tonight, and that is bring us to another game 5. Like our second game 5 this tournament, only just so that in grands we could have a bracket reset and a game 5 for both of those.
Oh.
Like if we could, then you know what?
I don't know if the streamer wants that.
I don't know if I want that. I'm gonna be so real.
I mean, with how close,
but it would be very funny. That's my point.
With how close these sets have been, it's definitely in the picture. We could see, but I mean, already, all of these both of these teams scrapping for the zone here. Kara able to paint over that zone. They're capping back for them. They have a little bit of control, but the 96 getting canceled out there. The blocks are able to cap that zone. They're giving them a little bit of a penalty, and Kara is going to have to back up now as Open Warrior is gaining control over that zone. They're forcing the members of Kara back.
Wow, yeah, that is a nice big push back from Open Warrior. Really putting it into, like, yeah, I can see why they wanted this counter pick now. Like, they have, like, a huge advantage over Kira at the moment. Like, must be, like, considering these walls are just, like, giving them enough, like, coverage to be able to, like, hide behind. But, yeah, that on top of, oh! Tufa going down to the, oh my god, the heavy popping off, Unfortunately for Kira, that paint from that one charge, not even the weapon, just the charge out of it was enough to help flip the zone. Oh, man.
It just shows how strong Heavy is into this meta, along with Penfer being some of the best supportive weapons in the game here. And Kara is able to flip that zone back. We're 3 minutes into the game. The scores have been decently high. There has been a team able to hold on for very long here onto the zone here. But Kara, they're looking to do exactly that.
I think we have to say 3 minutes left, not 3 minutes into.
3 minutes left.
Sure, you know what? Fine. Honestly, good on you. Alright, Heavy really trying to find some way to not die as Kira slowly descends onto their territory. Finding some way to get up on the high ground there. Really nice maneuvering from there. Ooh! Somehow surviving something. I don't even know what they got hit by. But, yeah, they're going to have to work really hard if they want to flip the zone. 10 seconds left on that timer. They got to work really hard. Otherwise, Open Warrior will lose their chance to go to Game 5. And that's exactly what happens.
Thank you, Kara, for a fast game. Anyways, with that being said, Kara didn't wake up, clapping back in our losers finals, winning 3-1 Open Warrior, and that is going to be it for Open Warrior. And Kara didn't wake up. They have a bit of a rematch in Grand Finals against Pathway, which we will be showing very soon. But what an amazing set here, and we're going to be seeing a lot more gameplay like that coming up soon. We're going to take a short break as we get both of these teams in our final room. We will be back soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Triton-Cup number 150. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Optical Drop, and we are here for our grand final set, our rematch between Pathway and Kara Didn't Wake Up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nothing against Open Warrior, but I was really hoping it would lead to this because I love drama. I eat it up. It's so fun. So to see like how close they were in winners finals, now having to get the salty run back in grands, it just like again give these writers a raise. I know I've been poking fun at the writers, but they deserve a raise. This is pretty peak.
Going in here, we're starting off on Barnacle, a map that we've seen so many times throughout the 4 sets we have commentated. So, of course, we got to see a return here, and I believe this was in favor of Pathway.
The moment they run Hammerhead again, I'm just gonna throw my arms up and say, okay, I guess I'm the weird one. I mean, I am, but I meant more in the map picking sense. All right, yeah, pretty standard team comp from everyone involved. Yeah, it really just is like they picked up like just where they left off, like nothing's changed. Nice early bit of momentum from Kira. Every time I say their name, I keep thinking I'm saying like that guy from Death Note. Ooh. Not trying to do Kira, trying to do. Is it?
It's Kara.
It is Kara.
Okay. Immediately we see they have the cooler and a really good intro from them. Immediately slowly ticking down here. Multiple players just jumping around here trying to stay alive, but the blaster goes down there, and with those strikes, Pathway is looking to move in. And we see that bucket on the flank. They aren't able to get the pen out of the way. Tufa spotting them just in time, able to get the pick, using that back to their advantage here. And I believe Kara, the members of Pathway trying to paint over this zone here. Titan able to come back here, but it's a fight for the zone here as the pen gets taken out here. And with 3 down on the side of Kara, with that white fight, Pathway is taking control, and they're looking to knock out, and they're looking to lock out and knock out now.
Yeah, that was certainly a series of events. Sword trying to get out of harm's way. I don't blame them. It was looking pretty nice. Nice bit of crabbing action. Nice bit of zip casting. Oh, unfortunately going out of the... Wait. Hold up. I can't even make a single freaking joke off of one character going down, because the moment I start something, 2 more follow suit. What's up with that?
Pathway is looking. They're getting a very strong lead online, and Kara is trying to look for a way onto this map. There goes that 96. That back is able to stop that Stanford, forcing them to back up here. But it's really turning down here. 3 down, and that is a wipeout in Pathway. And it looks like with that wipeout, Pathway is going to be getting that KO, starting a very strong grand final set.
The reverse sweep! Welcome to Grands! Oh my god, this is peak. This is peak Splatoon. Absolute squid 'em up. Absolute squid 'em up.
And with that, that's going to be an interesting approach because now Kara, we already have the counter pick.
Yep. Yeah,
counter pick already came out.
It's Robo Ramen. It's Robo Ramen.
It's Robo. We had it coming. This is Kara. In my opinion, this is Kara's best map, and they're pulling it out super fast here for the start of the set here. They wanna at least make it not a sweep, and really they're gonna give Pathway a run for their money.
Considering how well they were able to hold themselves like early on, like it would not surprise me if like again like they were able to pull stuff like that even off the counter picks for them, because like the fact that they could hard lock out goes to show that they are willing to like play a little more risky, a little more aggressively, but also like this does mean that Pathway themselves are playing a lot more patiently and like in order to like counter that, like working like together as a unit rather than like spreading themselves out like too thin. Really like coordinating those specials really, really well.
And coming in here, I mean, Kara, in my opinion, really has a good advantage over Pathway here. And if they can at least tie up the score 1-1, it's going to be huge for them. But question is, can they do that? Or will Pathway, because if Pathway responds there, making the score 2-0, it's not going to be looking good for Kara. So they really want to take this next game. Question is, who will take it? And we're about to find out.
Yeah, the real question is if I'll remember how to actually properly pronounce their name. Like, you'll know who I'm talking about, I'm sure, but it's like, man. Either way, yep, a nice bit of start, looking pretty, I was gonna say even at first, but now, yeah, Kara has taken the first steps towards points. But yeah, Pathway working really hard. They got grab. Oh, someone going down, grab on one side, bucket on the other. Sword jumping in, really trying to throw out some nice slashes, as swords do. Ooh, nice kill off that bucket. Really taking over mid. Yep, Pathway now has full control of the zone. Oh, Tufa going in with a nice like bit of chip off that blaster to just take him out. Exactly what they needed to do. So yeah, right then and there, back in the hands of Kara.
And immediately we see the Stamper try to respond for this crab here. Unable to do so though, but they were able to get a pick. So they did get some value from it. They are able to take off the splash there, and Pathway looking to paint. They have control over the zone here, and their penalty is out. But Kara really wants to respond quickly, but it doesn't look like they're able to do so. Another pick coming onto the board there, and Kara just cannot paint with the current area that they have.
Yeah. Taking lead for themselves, Pathway is putting themselves in a very strong position right now, and as I say that, of course, it gets flipped, but, you know, why do I even say, like, why do I even report on who has advantage? You all know it's going to flip. You all know it's going to flip. It always flips. What? But, yeah, it flipped, but it flipped back, so who cares?
We see the members of Pathway trying to push up onto the spot of Kara, but it doesn't look like they're able to do so. That pen is really keeping them at bay here, and they're gonna have to just sit on the zone for a little bit. They have strikes ready, but Kara using their time to just charge up the specials, and here we go. We're gonna see them right here. The strikes responding to the crowd there, unable to get a lot of value. Pathway still has pain over the zone here. Trying to find an area just to move around here, but it's going to be risky. Their 96 is down, and we're down into the 20s.
Yeah, like half is trying really hard not to die and try to like keep people off them, but like yeah, I guess they were able to successfully do that, and nothing bad ever happened to them ever again in this entire match. Anyway, yeah, Tufa going in with a nice bit of what's that called again? I don't have to think about all that often, so I forget its name. The Disruptor? Is that what?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what you see. Like, it's not just me this time.
The point center?
Yo, chat. I'm sure you.
The locator?
The defibrillator. There you go. Oh, wow. Okay, nice bit of aura off them before going down. Okay, so yeah, Kara just takes lead back casually as we were just, trying to solve the mystery of what's that sub called?
This paint is going to be huge. There are 2 down the side of Pathway, and Kara's looking to paint it over, and they're able to do that, taking game 2, tying up the score. And, wow. As we were, I don't know what we were talking about. I don't know what that conversation was for. But in the time that we finished the conversation, Kara was able to take the lead and KO. And now it's 1-1, and it's going to be Pathway's counter pick. But
Point sensor. It was point sensor.
I did say point sensor.
Did you?
I did say point sensor.
I did
I
not.
said it like 3 times.
Did you?
Yes.
I swear on my life, I did not hear you say that.
With that being said, there's going to be Pathway's counter pick here. It's 1-1.
Man, I can't read, speak, or listen. What am I good for?
It's going to be Pathway's choice here. And we do have our counter pick that just came in here. And it's going to be Mahi. And it's very interesting, kind of like a reverse to what we saw in the previous set between these 2 teams in the winners finals. Kara immediately brought off one of their best stages, Robo. And Pathway is bringing theirs, which is Mahi.
The Mahi Resort, yeah, the half a stage before becoming a full stage. Yeah, I know with, I forget if, like, it was this map or a different one where, like, they played and, like, nearly completely dominated the entire time. Was it this one or was it, like, I don't even remember anymore. Like, I'm gonna be so real. Like, I'm starting to crave dinner. So it's that time of the coming for me, where it's just like my head is getting fuzzy.
Now going here, I mean, Pathway, this is one of their good stages, so they're immediately bringing it out. And as I said before, pretty much a repeat of what we saw in the winners finals. Just a little bit of a reverse for the maps here, but pretty much has been the same maps that we saw in the winners final sets. Kara bringing Robo and Pathway bringing in Mahi. But even with Mahi, there's 2 other maps that both of these teams, it's going to be up to them to choose it. And if Pathway wins this, it's going to be up to Kara's decision. And really, I mean, whoever wins this match is in favor for the rest of this set.
Yep. Alright, starting off once again, sticking with very safe picks for each team. Very, very safe comps. Yeah, so far, yep, Pathway taking the first step towards number go down. And, oh wow. Oh wow, Kara's yeah, Kara's just like taking names one by one. That is, wow, that was, that did not take long for them to, like, find their footing. Wow, okay. Alright, no, never mind. Yeah, Pathway's just like, alright, bet. Yep, would you look at that? Alright, like clockwork, like nothing ever happened. Yeah.
Immediately looking in here, the Stamper trying to just get whatever picture they can there, but their pen goes down there, but they immediately get a great pick off of Tufa and traded off by half. But 3 down on the side of Pathway, and Kara is quick to respond here. They have control over the zone, and I mean, we're a minute in. Look how high these scores are. We haven't even dropped the water yet, and this has been a very intense set.
I mean, you say low the score is technically that is like I said, golf rules. So the lower the better. But yeah, I know what you mean. Oh wow! Yeah, finally the real map has chosen to reveal itself. Finally, a worthy setting for such a grandiose game to take place on. Pathway taking zone back for themselves, only to then be immediately taken back by Kara. Kara working overtime to try and make any sort of leeway. Unfortunately, it seems that the bucket and the pencil are working in tandem with each other to make sure... No.
Immediately, we see just such a great amount of control from this side of Pathway. They're looking to lower in that score. The 96 is down as they pop the crab, so it's going to be a risky crab. But the question is, are they able to get a lot of value? And it doesn't look like they can do so here. As we see half on that drop, they're trying to, but the strikes are going to be blocking them out here. Stamper getting taken out by Tufa on that blaster. Pathway able to take the lead, but Kara is really looking to move in here with that 96 as the Pens are trying to paint over the map, and looks like Kara is able to get the flip, and it's a 7-point lead for Pathway.
Yeah, Tufa with that, I think it's a range blaster, yeah, custom range blaster specifically, has been like really popping off lately with like how much they've been able to like skirt around defenses and take advantages. Like again, like aim is on point on that. Wow, okay, Crab coming out to try and keep Pathway out as much as possible, while Kara takes lead once again. It is just back, it's a baton pass back and forth with the who's got what lead. Now with only 15 seconds left on that timer, these strikes are going to come out to try and flip zone, which is successful. Unfortunately, all it does is put a penalty onto Kara. It doesn't really do much for Pathway in terms of actually advancing the game state for them. And I say as they actually take the zone. Awesome.
With less than 2 minutes remaining, the splash on the side of Kara goes down here. That penalty, they needed to tick down. They want to at least make it a little bit better, but no, the stamper gets taken out, and that's going to be really risky. Kara's going to use that to enter it onto the zone there with a 96 in back combo. They have the splashdown. There goes that splashdown. They're able to cap the zone as that penalty goes out there. Kara has control. 3 down the side of Pathway, and Kara remains on top, and they have control over that zone there, and they're looking to KO.
This is what I'm saying. Like, Twofer out here, like grabbing aura for themselves, like taking names like it's candy out of a Halloween bowl. This is like relentless. Now with their penalty down, all they have to do is just wait, just 7. Well, thank God it's 7 and not 6 for Pathway. You know, okay, that one was forced. I'm sorry. Like, it won't happen again.
3 down on the side of Kara, and Pathway is back. They have control over that zone there. This is their last chance to make it happen here down into these final 30 seconds. Kara is looking to just charge up the specials. That's all they have to do here. But Pathway needs to look little bit more aggressive here, but no, their bucket goes down there, and that's going to be huge. They're looking to move in the stamper. Going in for the 96 and taking down as the members of Kara are quick to move in. They're 2 down the side of Pathway, and Kara is able to cap the zone in these final 10 seconds, and Pathway is completely on lockdown, and the bucket can't really do anything here, and Kara is going to be winning game 3, taking the lead, and all of a sudden, Kara winning on Pathway's counterpick is going to be huge for them.
That is quite the momentum shift for them. If they can make a bracket reset in Grands after having been sent down there in the first place by this very same team in, like, their previous set, like, this will be poetic. This is like, this is a Grands that's worthy of the number 150, in my opinion. Mewtwo himself came out here and said, I don't know what they said, but they said something cool because it's Mewtwo.
I agree. So, it looks like we're going to be going in on Umami. So Pathway choosing Umami for Game 4 of Grand Finals. Remember, they need to win these next 2, or Kara is going to force a bracket reset for them. So Pathway, they got to lock in here. They are 1 game away from turning this thing around for Kara. So they got to really lock in on these next 2 stages. We're going to be going in on Umami, and the question is, can Pathway win on this and try to force that game 5 that they so desperately need? And Pathway did win against Kara on Umami in the past. Umami was game 1 of the winner's bracket set. So Pathway does have an advantage here. And if they do get that advantage, it's going to be up to Kara's counterpick in game 5. They're going to be playing at their advantage. But Pathway, this is going to favor them a lot. This is something that they're good at. This is something that they play well on. So the question is, can Kara respond to that and take this game and force that bracket reset early, or will we see a game 5? I
obviously if Pathway like gets a win off this, then like yeah, that will be hype. But like Kara getting 3 wins in a row, like come on, tell me you don't. Wait, oh we finally have a weapon switch up. We have, wow, do my eyes to see the Kraken splatter shot.
That okay?
That is the pick of all time. I would never in a million years have thought that that would be the one you switch to.
Very interesting to see a Kraken now. I mean, Kraken is not very common for in zones for obvious reasons here, but immediately Pathway is able to try to. Can they actually gain control of the map there? Pathway or Kara able to respond really well there with that back here, but Pathway is able to get their first touch onto the zone there. The zip behind them, trying to get the pick, but no, they get taken out here, and this is Kara's chance to push up there. Pathway is 2 down, but no, wait, they responded beautifully. Miner on the bucket, able to get, I believe, a 2, and force Kara back, and Pathway is able to move in here with those strikes here, but they are 1 down. They have to be careful. They're being forced back by that crab there. Kara back onto that top mid. They have to cap the zone here. Pathway not able to gain a lot of points, and Kara is looking to gain control.
Yeah, look at that. Kara absolutely gaining control for 4 seconds, and not a single second more. But at least they got it. Well, they got it back too. There you go. Nice. Awesome. Completely stacked mid right now. All of them are just like huddled together, making a nice formation. Unfortunately, that does leave them to be very vulnerable to a Kraken charging straight towards their face.
Yeah, and this is going to be definitely a bit of a play here. We see Kara, they have a very small lead here. We see Tufa on the blaster looking to flank and get whatever picks up they can, but the 96 goes down there, and Pathway with those strikes are gonna move back in here. They barely keep control over the zone there. The Cooler and the Crab come out there. Kara's looking to push right away, but the question is, can they do that? And this blaster is just stuck in this corner.
Yeah, they are just absolutely cornered right there. It is, woo. Oh, okay, nice, they went down. That's what I'm saying. I keep saying it. Tufa is, like, been the GOAT this entire time. Meanwhile, like, okay, yeah, okay, you have Aura. That's cool, I guess. Why not? Sure. But, like, I don't know. I feel like, am I alone to think, like, that blaster is just, like, the hypest thing I've seen, like, from that entire team, this team the entire day? I don't know.
We'll talk about that in a second, but look at this. The picks are coming in left and right. The members of Kara. The Kara team has completely staggered, and Pathway takes game 4. And we're gonna see a game 5, baby! Oh boy. What is going to be happening? Pathway takes game 4 on Umami. The score is tied up 2-2. We got one final game here, and it's up to Kara's counter pick. And if Kara does win this, we're going to be seeing a bracket reset. It's their stage, so they get to decide what this final game will be on. And it's Pathway's really going to... Pathway's going to have to respond to this, and something tells me Wahoo is in consideration.
The writers. Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry. This is just too scripted, bro. Like, this is just too much fun. This is just too much fun. But I do love a bit of friendly rivalry every now and again. We're still waiting on the counter pick. I guess they're really putting it in consideration. I don't blame them, considering that if Pathway wins this next game, they just lose their shot, like, completely. Kara really needs to win this game if they want to be able to take it any bit further. And with that, they have chosen Hagglefish Market.
So Wahoo is not in consideration.
Maybe it was, but I guess it just was not one they wanted to go for.
So I think this is good. And the reason why I say this is good is I think both teams really like this map here. And Kara might be a little bit more comfortable choosing this map out of any others that they've played before. But Pathway is also very comfortable on this map. So I think this is going to be an even matchup. And an even matchup for a game 5, it's going to be big. It's going to be up to Kara to take this and force the bracket reset, or Pathway is going to come back and claim their victory immediately. I don't even know who's going to win at this point. This can go either way.
So these teams are so even with each other that it's just leaving me on the edge of my seat. But like, whether or not like who wins, like Kara didn't wake up. Winning or losing will be the determining factor as to whether or not I get my dinner now or in the next 30 minutes.
That's true. Probably not even next 30 minutes. I'd say like 45 minutes.
Honestly, true. Like if we got a bracket reset, I think we could expect another game 5.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I've seen bracket resets, have gone either ways. I've seen game 5s and then the winners team just sweeps 3-0 in the bracket reset, and it's like, where did that happen previously? Or it's just game 5s over and over again. And both of these teams have shown that they can just go head to head to each other so perfectly. The seed 6 team able to take control and give so much pressure on the seed 1 team that has been completely dominant. And the Kara team has been able to completely control everything here. And the game has started right away here, 10 seconds in. Kara, they're looking to gain control here, but Pathway is able to do the same. We see that splatter shot is going to be staying in.
Yeah, wow, alright. Nice bit of early momentum for Kara right there. Unfortunately, it does look like Pathway has inked a lot of that zone, but unfortunately, wait, no. Actually, yeah, fortunately. You know what? I blame the players. It's your fault for being too good that I can't keep up with it. How dare you?
Immediately, I mean, Kara has control. 2 down the side of Pathway. The Stamper tried to push in there, but unable to get anything off of that, to say the least here. Pathway up on defense. They need to think of something if they want to push back in here. The Blaster goes down, though, so Pathway, they have a bit of a chance here. We see a lot of control, a lot of fights happening. Pathway able to cap the zone, giving Kara a 28 penalty. Kara trying to respond back, able to get the pick off the Stamper. That's going to be huge there as her Blaster trying to move up there, trying to get whatever picks they can, but they actually do get taken out there with the strikes coming in their Pathway. Trying to move in here with the strikes, unable to do much there. 2 down on their side here, and they're back on defense as Kara has control.
Yeah, this is a really strong lockout out of Kara right now. They are proving themselves to be the superior hagglefish marketer. Alright, Pencil trying desperately to get up on glass, trying to get some shots in, does not work out. Kara. Yeah, I caught myself. Now I forgot. Again, immediately after. Awesome.
But wait, look at
I
this.
wish I could make that. Yeah, throwing out the soda to try and keep themselves at bay. Unfortunately, did not work out, and now Pathway has the zone again. That's what
we see that. Oh no, but the back gets canceled out by the bucket. 2 down on the side of Kara, and another going down there, and Pathway is looking to keep control over the area. Just that Blaster, and Miner has done such a great job of applying so much aggression here. The strikes can go purely just to get the crab out of there.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
That was just completely out of hate there, and Miner does get punished for it. Tufa up on that flank here. Kara gains control. It's a 3-point lead, and Kara's back in control. They have the turf that they need here, and it's up to Pathway to respond.
I told the riders that whether or not it's 1, 2, or 3, it's still the same. Whatever, close enough, I guess. But yeah, no, that is like really, really hype. Kara having like such strong footing, like around mid, has really pushed Pathway into a position where they don't have many pathways themselves. There you go, I found one. I found one and I didn't choke. There you go. There you go. But yeah, bringing it down all the way to 14, only to lose it back to Pathway. Pathway working off that penalty as much as they can. They got a bit of a ways to do it, but they got a Kraken on ready. They're sticking buy that weapon, by the way. That's just their secret weapon in Grands for some reason.
Oh wait, there goes that Kraken.
Specific.
And they're trying to keep the pain, but they just can't. They're gonna get forced to back up here. The members of Pathway have been struggling to keep this zone, and Kara has just been applying so much pressure.
I just realized, did you not pick up the photo while in Kraken form? That is, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, alright. Pencil getting some aura because Pencil is a fair and balanced weapon. Throwing out some soda for everyone else. Now with more strikes coming in to try and contest that zone, but unfortunately goes nowhere. We are down to 5 seconds left if Pathway can't do anything anytime soon, and they were just a millisecond shy. That means it's a bracket reset!
Oh boy.
I am going to starve. Send help.
Oh boy. Okay, so Kara forcing the bracket reset onto Pathway, taking game 5, and oh boy, Pathway is gonna get a little bit nervous now. They're definitely nervous here because they got only one more chance to take this one, and Kara is on a bit of a high, able to take these last 3 games against them, and Kara has been one of the only teams to consistently take games off of Pathway, and out of all of Pathway's losses, I believe more than half of them have been to Kara. So that's just something to say the least here.
Yeah.
We're gonna be going into a bracket reset, and
the bracket. Yeah, sorry.
It's gonna be going to Mahi. We're starting Mahi.
Starting off the bracket reset, we're gonna have Mahi, yeah. But yeah, it's like I think like egg on my face saying like Pathway were just like slightly had the advantage during like upper finals, but like after everything that's been going on, they've never looked any more neck and neck than they have right now. Like they have a fire lit under them. Kara didn't wake up has a fire. If Kara were to wake up to anything, it'd be this.
I think Kara should be awake by now.
I would hope.
I really hope Kara's awake by this point because.
Go check on them. Make sure they got like a nice piping hot breakfast to go along with them.
We say breakfast, but I'm pretty sure for the EU players it's getting close to 11 p.m. and for anyone in North America here, it's 6 p.m. We're far past breakfast.
Okay, I mean, I'm not familiar with time zone stuff, but then, like, they didn't wake up. Like, what were they sleeping for? They just took a nap and, like, didn't set an alarm?
That seems
Or
they
sleep the whole day away. Like, huh?
Seems pretty reasonable here, but...
I say that out loud, like, yeah.
It's time for our bracket reset between Pathway and Kara. Immediately Tufa on that zone, applying a lot of aggression, looking to get whatever picks that they can here. There goes that crab there. We see the bucket go down there. 2 more. Just all these picks flying back and forth onto the map there. And Kara still actually, no. Yeah, Kara does have control here with 2 and 3 down. And immediately Pathway is able to respond. They are not messing around anymore. They want to take these next 3 games and close it out here. But it's going to be risky. They're 2 down, and Kara is going to use this to get in on that zone.
This is starting out really hectic right off the bat. Might I remind you, it hasn't even been a full minute yet. Like, it is just insane. Finally, a good stage has arisen. But yeah, the absolute mad lead that Pathway has right now is like redonkulous. They really do not want to have to deal with this any more than they have to, and the bracket reset might have been the final straw for them. Tufa looking to try and like make sure there's no stragglers, which I respect. After barely dodging that bomb, that was really fortunate timing. But yeah, after Kara having taken back zone for themselves, getting close to where Pathway were. In fact, even so far as to go even farther. But unfortunately still was not enough. They really have to hold on to that zone if they want to get anywhere near lead without that penalty. All right, I see that. All right, yeah, you know what? That'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. All right, and with that, that should be lead. Wow.
Kara now has that lead there, but they're one down, and Pathway is going to use this to their advantage, throwing those strikes out. Pathway quick to cap that zone here. We see the crap coming out here from Kara, trying to limit how much aggression. We see multiple trades happening. It's down to a 3v3, and everyone is just scrapping. We see the shot, able to get the 96 pick, and 3 down on the side of Pathway, and... Or no, 3 down on the side of Kara, and Pathway quickly regains control.
Wow. I mean, that's cool. I think, the camera was stuck for a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, we got it. But yeah, that was a nice take back from Pathway right there. Putting them in a bit of a strange situation, considering like they were winning, now they are like double in number, unfortunately. Oh, nearly avoiding that crack in half, trying to come in to finish them off. Almost did, unfortunately losing a teammate in the process. Wow, okay, and with that, Pathway will be grabbing lead for themselves. Oh my god. And they are so close to finishing this off. Kara doesn't really seem to be in a position to be able to stop them anytime soon. 5 seconds left. Strikes coming up to keep them painted, and game 1 goes to Pathway. Wow.
So, with that being said, it's now Kara's counter pick. And I swear, if I see Robo, or if I see Haggle, or Wahoo, it's literally just a repeat of what just happened. And these teams are just going back and forth on the same exact stages.
My money's on Wahoo. Only because it would be funny. And no other reason. No, it's okay. It's Robo. Sorry.
It's Robo. What can you expect? I mean, this works out perfectly. I mean, 96 and back is so strong in this map there, and they want to use this fully to their advantage. We've seen these two teams. This is the 3rd time we are seeing Robo being chosen here, and so far previously Kara has won it on the past 2. So it's up to Pathway. If Pathway can take this, then the rest of then a lot of this set will just be for them. But if Kara wins this, then if Kara wins this, it might as well just be another game 5.
I know. Honestly, like, we are currently at the state where it's like, we want to go home. Please just give us the sweep. But honestly, like, knowing these teams, I unfortunately am not expecting it. I mean, who knows? Like, Pathway has proven to, like, really, like, dominate when push comes to shove. Maybe this is the push they need for themselves. Either way, yeah, we'll just go straight into the game and see how that goes. Yep, they are sticking with that splatter shot, by the way. They're sticking with it.
Alrighty, so let's see what we can do here. Kara has been so strong, keeping up with Pathway this entire time, and that Kraken shot is still staying in here. And I believe, and it took me a second to figure it out there, I'm pretty sure the Kraken is to counter that.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you might be doing something there. It makes sense, because, like, you know, they do have the sword, but I think, like, the sword attempting to counter the vac proved that it was, not really successful at doing so. So I guess they're like, yeah, we need something else to do with that. Which, you know what? An invincible hitbox will do that. Alright, nice classic setting up the sprinkler on the bowl. Unfortunately, I think the strikes will get rid of that. Yeah, it'd be how it do sometimes. Alright, yeah, nice hard lockdown from Kara right here, holding on to zone really, really hard, going into sub-30 territory with it too. Nice super jump out of that. That Kraken got a nice bit of mileage, I assume. I could not see it. I was on the bridge below it.
But look at this, it's coming down to these final seconds. We're in the single digits of zone, capping that zone back there. It's up the Pathway to pin it out. They have the strikes to do so, though. And they are able to cap it. They are able to save the game there. 2 down on the side of Kara. and Pathway is looking to respond. They're 2 down the side of Kara, and Pathway is looking for that lockout, and they're just trying to do so, but they've been staggering a little bit.
I'm officially at the point where it's like, man, you really just had to take a comeback like at the most like time-consuming moment possible, couldn't you, huh? But hey, you know, it's cool. Like, you know, if I had the energy, I'd be popping off. I promise. Yeah, a nice bit of crabbing coming out from Kara right there. Oop. Alright, a bit of a pause on zone. Bit of a pause. Pathway, grabbing it right back. And now they're in sub 30 territory. Yeah. Well, okay, and it's flipped. It's flipped for Kara. Kara has it now. It's a Kara zone. Kara is all that so big. Yeah, nice bit of soda to try and get them something to go in with. Which not looking likely. Crab really making it hard for them to do that. Some strikes came out. Didn't really lead to anything either. That pencil fighting for their life, by the way. I don't know how they're still alive. Yeah, just a ton of, like, I don't know what it is with Pathway, but they'll just show up with, like, a ton of ink out of nowhere when you, like, don't expect them to be able to pull that off. Like, they could just do that, I guess. Yeah. And with that, they take the zone back to themselves. Awesome.
With 2 minutes remaining, we're at such low scores now, and Kara just was able to keep that score so low here. We see that Kraken looking in there to force that Crab out of position, but they aren't able to get too much value from it otherwise. The back coming in here from Kara, they're going to be using that to their advantage. They want to sneak up here, and they are 2 down here, so Pathway is going to be quick to respond and move in, able to get one of the picks there, and they're going to want to cap that zone back.
Yep, it's just a tug of war at this point. I mean, I say it's a tug of war if it was, like, a bit closer than 20-5, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. But yeah, that penalty is steadily trickling down. Who knows? They might actually get a point off.
Oh, no!
Wait. No.
There's a DC!
No, bro.
Oh, no.
Not in Grand Reset! Come on!
No.
That's a wipeout. Yep. Okay.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
That is tragic. I have no word other than tragic. That is. Oof.
And it was one of the weapons that can deal with the back as
No!
well. With that being said, it does look like Kara's just in full control. And even with that one pick here, Kara is going to be taking the KO with a DC, but still taking game 2 as we were past that point. And it's going to be Pathway's counter pick.
Alright. Yep, that's how it be. Damn. You know what? I have been talking about, like, this or that. Like, do I think if the DC didn't happen, if Pathway would have, like, been successful, it was looking like it up till that point that they had a bit of momentum. But considering Kara's advances in previous games, I would not have counted them out. It was pretty up there. It could have gone either way. But it really does suck that happened. Yeah, rest in peace to that who disconnected, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but them's the rules. It's how it goes. But with that, we got another 1-1, which means we're gonna have 2 more games at the very least. Awesome. So hey, you know what? That's 2 more games apiece. Why am I complaining? I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, I should not be a sourpuss about it.
I mean, we've seen a lot. Luckily, there is no second bracket reset. So it's going to come down to these final 3 games. And that's it. We got 3 games left. That's all you get. And Kara, they want to win. They got to win these next 2. And if Pathway wants to win, they also got to win too. So It's going to be very intense to say the least, as I think Pathway is taking a little bit more of a second to check in on that little disconnect. Make sure we're all set and rolling for the next game. Make sure, because any future DCs will also be detrimental, and Kara will use that fully to their advantage.
Yeah, yeah, I'm assuming they're taking like a bit of time to reconnect. Like, I don't blame them because we still don't even have a counter pick yet. Either way, yeah, just I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, it's a DC. There's no analysis out of that. It's just, it sucks. I hate that it happens. You hate that it happens. It's just, you know, a lot of people talk about wishes for Splatoon 4. They want custom kits, private matches, or custom matches, whatever. They want this or that. They want all these things. What I want is a reliable freaking connection. I gotta watch myself. I'm on the mic. I want reliable connections. I want like consistency. I want this to not have to be something that we have to like maybe even worry about to any regard, especially to the point that we are dealing with this game. And admittedly, it's not a lot. But it could be better. And with that, we're going to Barnacle and Dime. Nothing ever changes.
Going in here, I mean, this is one of Pathway's maps. This is one of their best maps. So they're bringing it out as we're heading into the midpoint in that set here. We're going to be starting immediately here. Still remaining with the shot. They are very certain on the shot, and I was actually surprised when they brought it out, but it does make sense there. Having a little bit more of support for taking out that back, to say the least here. Immediately both teams looking in for the zone there, but the shot going to be going down there. It does look like Kara is able to get that first touch onto the zone.
Yeah, nice bit of soda being put out there right now. Acting as not only a bit of a buff, but also a slight wall to keep Kara away. However, you could just walk around it. So that was not a very smart idea of a wall. But you know what? It's the thought that counts. Or at least it will work temporarily. That's realistically what it is. But it's not as funny, so I didn't say it.
And I mean, Kara has so much control here. There comes that Kraken, but barely able to dodge and avoid it out of the way here. Pathway, they have what they need. They have that pick onto the zone, but they're 2 down, and Kara just has so much pressure onto them.
Oh,
and just
Lord.
all these picks coming back and forth here, going into the single digits, and Kara just has complete control. And Pathway hasn't even touched the zone once there. There's
No.
back, but wait, there's one behind. Able to cap the zone, but it's going to be enough. Pathway trying to beat it over, and Kara's 3 down. And Pathway is able to save it. Wow. Okay, down to just 3 remaining for Kara, but Pathway told them no and is staying in the game.
They really liked it and made the hope of taking it away. How awesome. Yeah, no, I can't even front, though. That was, like, some of the most impressive, like, strings of displayed skill I've seen. Like, it really sucks that, like, dying in zone is what caused a little bit of that, but, like, honestly, like, that's just how you know you're a good player to do that, to make that happen. But yeah, Kara is going to take that zone back for themselves, causing Pathway to really desperately try to ink up their base as much as possible, because they are cornered. They're making some leeway, though. Making it up onto the stack right there, going through the point sensor. I remember it this time. Got a Kraken ready for, I'm guessing, whenever it's applicable. My guess is back, but it could have been right there. But it's okay, back went down too. Zip coming out, really throwing out a lot of charge slashes. Oh, almost got something, but, you know, there's something or whatever they did the thing. All right, yeah. Penalty going down. Okay, yeah, no, that Stammer got some mad aura right there, going into their base, trying to keep them at bay as much as possible, and that is going to lead to the end of Aura, I think. No, they still got a little bit left. I don't know how to count to 30.
Also to the end as penalty, but they're one down there, and Kara is looking to make their move there with the aggression down there. They really want to push in. They're already on the zone there. Tufa trying to pin it over. There goes that crack, and the 96 gets taken out there. And the question is, can they cap it over? Pathway quick to respond. They're trying to paint the zone as neutral, just leaving Tufa on the zone to get taken out there. Pathway able to paint it over. They're 2 down on the side of Kara, and this vac isn't going to be helping them very much here. And with the pick on of the vac, this is looking very strong for Pathway.
If they actually come back from this, I'm going to lose it. Oh, they really don't want that crab. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. There's no way. There's no way Pathway took that. There's no way Pathway took that. Are you kidding me?
With the double, with the strikes, closing out the game. Pathway taking game 3. It's 2-1, and all of a sudden, all that pressure is now on Kara, and we're going down. We have just 2 games remaining.
Potentially. Like, I would not be surprised if we go to another game 5. Oh my god. This is... Listen. Pathway. Buddies. Can I talk to you for a second? You think I'm in a position where I have the ability to exert that kind of energy right now? What do you take me for? Like, a well of emotions? Because you're right, but I don't want that. Like, what do oh my god, it's just insane. Okay, next counter pick, Hagglefish Market. That, yeah, that does make sense. That does check.
And we saw a haggle for game 5 of the main grand final set, so interesting to see. It's out for game 4, which is gonna definitely be a pick here, because if you really think about it, if Kara wins this, Pathway gets the counter pick. So no matter what, Pathway is pretty much in favor here, and they're playing on a very even map for both of these teams here. And I mean, if I just check what happened in grand finals, it was Kara that won on Haggle. So this is their pick. They have an advantage here. So if they can take this and force another game 5, that would be huge. But the counter pick is still going to go on a Pathway. But still, I'd say this is an even matchup, slightly into Kara's favor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be so real. I just expect Kara to win this one. Like, why even pretend? Why even pretend at this point? You know? My question is, who's just gonna win game 5 then? Because like, if Pathway wins, that's just hype as hell. But if Kara wins, I don't know. I feel like that would be a little more hype because they were the ones brought down to like lower bracket in the first place.
Let's see.
Also, I think.
Oh, whoa!
Hey, what's going on?
We got a weapon change.
Oh yeah, they went back to a splash and axe. Okay.
We're back to Stepper, but no, it's the strike splash instead of the crab one. So I think we're changing up our approach here. I think we're just fully going anti-crab now. They're using double strikes.
I mean, it makes sense. They really did not like having to deal with those crabs earlier. So honestly, like, it really does make sense. That and considering strikes, like, I don't know how well like Vac is at nullifying strikes. I doubt they're that effective. But yeah.
I mean, going in here, I mean, Kara, they're back in control. I mean, the point count is still extremely high for both of these teams here. They have one of the strikes ready, but Kara is ready to defend. They have 3 specials ready. There goes that cooler. Kara popping that crab there. The strike's able to block out that crab completely, forcing the crab onto lower ground as the members of Pathway are quick to respond there. The splashdown trading, but Pathway still has control, just leaving the Stamper to fend for themselves. And, I mean, Kara's doing such a great job at defending this zone from Pathway, as they still are just barely in control 2 down the side of Pathway, and they're going to have to be very careful.
Yeah, that is such a heavy lead they have right there, and it's only getting more and more heavy as time goes on. The pencil is really popping off with all these names it's taken. All of this paint it's painting, and that crab really taking a good few hits for the. They're going down 2 singles. That is,
Oh my lord!
that is the most amount of strikes I've ever seen go off simultaneously. That was I mean, if that didn't flip the zone, I'd be even more impressed.
That was 6 strikes onto the zone, capping it, keeping Pathway still in the game here. And Kara, they're gonna have to respond to that. The penalty is up there. There goes that splashdown, but it's not. It is enough to cap it though. The blaster gets taken out, but the backs onto the zone there, and Kara takes it back, giving them a bit of a penalty, forcing the members of Pathway to back off there. There goes more strikes. They want to move in with them, but they really can't here. Actually, they do. They actually are able to gain control, but Kara is quick to respond, and it's just such back and forth action between these two teams.
Oh god, I take it back. These riders are frauds. Like, if I could predict that it would be like in Kara's favor, then like, you know what? You know what? Hands above my head. You got me. Like, yeah. No, I got nothing for that. That just shut me up way too good.
We see 3 specials ready for Kara. The splash is down there. Kara is looking to move in. They use that back to gain a lot of space here. And now they just need to force out Pathway. They're 2 down. Kara, they have the lockout ready. Even if they trade, it's going to be more in their favor. But really, I mean, it's up to them to just hang out these final moments.
Yeah, the strike's going out, really trying to put as much paint as possible without another set of strikes, apparently. But they're so close. They were so close to flipping it, and they did. And wow, Pathway was almost really flipped it. Jeez, Tufa! My goat!
Oh!
Tufa!
We have a minute remaining.
I am so sorry for ever comparing you to Bofa. Like, you did not deserve that.
We got a minute remaining. Kara has control. Pathway is really running out of time here. But they do have a chance. They're able to get the pick off the caster. That's going to be huge. The penalty is slowly taking away. Their splash is down. And it's going to come down these final moments. There goes that crab there. Trying to force Pathway out the way there. The penalty is over, and they're taking down with the skipper getting taken out there. The strikes don't come out in time, and Kara takes the game. We have a Game 5 bracket reset.
Fire these riders, bro. Just fire them. Fire all of them. I know I got shut up by the wipeout, but come on. I saw this coming before the entire bracket well, not the whole bracket, but like before the reset started, I meant to say. Like, this is the most scripted thing I've ever seen. We already have a map. We're ending it off on Umami Ruins. Game 5 bracket reset.
I just want to point out the fact these are the exact same maps from Grand Finals, and I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me check something. Oh my god, these are the exact same maps for all 3 of the sets. Winners Finals. We started off on Umami, and we're finishing off on Umami. Oh lord, it's just back and forth action between both of these teams, and it's 2-2. It comes down to this final game. Pathway, they have a bit of an advantage, and the question is, can they take this next game, or will Kara pull off something amazing and take Game 5?
At this point, I think it can go either way. But, you know, quick question. Who was the team that won last time they played Umami?
It was Pathway.
It was Pathway.
I believe it was Pathway.
Kara has the chance.
It was, yes.
To do the funniest thing in this entire bracket, and that is just win on a map they lost to.
Immediately moving in here. The 96 going down here. Pathway is quick to respond there. They want to paint over those zones there, and they're doing exactly that. They have a bit of their footing down there. The crab coming out from half, able to get the pick off of Miner. And Kara is quick. They want to take these zones there, but Pathway is remaining strong on this defense. Able to cap the zones there. Half trying to go in from behind, but it's not going to be enough there. And Pathway currently looking to lock out Kara.
This is already such a rambunctious series of events at the very beginning. Pathway having like a hard lockout on this map, proving once and for all why they are the absolute rulers of Umami when it comes to the two of these teams. Soda coming out, going into sub 40 territory for Pathway right now. It is looking very, very dire for Kara, trying their best to regain their footing, but unfortunately they get cornered in their own base. It is not looking likely for Kara to be able to find any sort of momentum, and with only 10 left on the clock, Pathway has their pathway to victory! Finally did it.
Even with the bracket reset, Pathway just barely coming out on top, winning game 5 with a 0 to 100 KO there, taking game 5. It's 3-2, and Pathway is gonna be your victors of Triton-Cup 150.
What a tournament this has been. Just an absolute phenomenal series of plays from everyone involved. Congratulations to Pathway on succeeding over all odds. Congratulations, Kara, didn't wake up for getting as far as you did and going for as far as you went, because I don't think many teams can say that they went to like 3 or I think it was upper, lower, reset. Yeah, 4 different game 5s, I'm pretty sure. Or is it just the 3? Did they go to game 5 and lower? No, I think they went to game 4. Damn it! So close. Either way, yeah, that was very impressive from everyone. Yeah, that's been us. Thank you all for watching. If they want to find us, Matt, where can they find you?
You can find me anywhere at Matthew Mega in Optical. Where can they find you?
I'm glad you asked. You can find me at Optical Drop, Blue Sky, and YouTube. And also, I need to, of course, shout out my upcoming tournament later this month, Bottom of the Barrel, June 27th. It is going to be so much fun. You heard me complain about all these meta weapons. What if they were banned? Yeah, it's a gimmick tournament. So sign up for that or check it out when I stream it on my YouTube channel. Either way, yeah, that's all I got for now. And yeah, check out my Blue Sky for updates on what's going to be like more reveals for what's happening with it as well. But yeah, that's been us. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time for another stat tourney. I'm gonna go eat something real nice.